hired, you'll never be able to hold a job because you'll break some rule. There's always like 50 million random little things that can get you on. That's just like a little random tidbit. Okay, go ahead.
All right, questions. Two-pronged question. How did NASL get people to sign NDAs when they had no money left to offer, and why was Bitter's departure kept under wraps? Kept under wraps?
I don't. Well, first of all, it wasn't kept under wraps.
It wasn't kept under wraps, so...
Well, it
I
wasn't before it
I
happened,
hate
though.
to do this. Like, no, not at all. Like, I hate to do this, but that part of the question is absolute bullshit. And it's very fucking stupid. So, sorry, but the other part about how can they afford to have NDAs? Okay, I don't know if you've ever been in a position of responsibility, business, like whatever you want to call it. You don't bribe somebody to sign an NDA. How an NDA works is you either sign it at the fucking start or you sign it at the fucking end, right? And that is basically it's a non-disclosure agreement. It's not we will pay you to not disclose this information. It is that if at the point you sign the contract you disclose information that we don't want you to as outlined in the contract, we have legal recourse for you doing so, depending how it impacts on our business. So let's say, for example, you worked for a company and, I don't know, they took LSD to expand their minds and design cool shit, but they didn't want other people to know that they broke the law in doing it. You might sign an NDA to say you can't ever tell anyone that we used to drop LSD in our lunch breaks. And you sign that, and then the company fires you because what you designed was, I don't know, something shit, and everyone else was designing cool stuff, and you just designed a kaleidoscope which already exists because you were high. And they say to you, well, you know, fuck you, your designs are terrible. So you get fired, and then you go, oh man, it's no wonder they fired me because they were all on LSD. Well, yeah, you violated your NDA. It's got nothing to do with them offering you a bunch of cash or not. Like,
Well,
and they sue you for it.
There are two things. First of all, NDAs are exclusively signed, I think, at the beginning. I don't think you ever sign an NDA at the end because there's no incentive to sign an NDA at the end.
Not true.
That's not true. You can sign it at the end.
Wait, where would you sign it at the end for?
When you're about to leave a company, let's say there's a pre-agreed time, a lot of people say, okay, we're going to pay you for the remaining 6 months of your contract, or, prime example, early termination, or, and they will say, but we don't want you to reveal this
Yeah,
stuff.
but what's the incentive for the person to sign that NDA then? Like if I'm about to leave
6 months, or
exactly,
you don't get paid. That sounds like a violation. If I have a contract,
and again, what you're missing is the key point, which a lot of people miss. It's not even about pay, like whether you get paid or don't get paid. It's just about, look, if you sign this contract, you are agreeing to not talk about our shit internally, and we can sue.
Oh yeah. No, and I agree with that. That's what I'm saying about signing NDAs beforehand. But like I'm saying, like if I worked for some people and like I earned all this money, and then at the very end they're like, oh, by the way, if you want to get paid at the end, you got to sign this thing. Like, no, fuck you. Like, this is my contract. Like, I'm already getting paid whether or not I sign another thing. Usually NDAs are signed in advance, no? I can't imagine signing an NDA.
I would say usually they are, but there's probably, I don't know, about 30% are probably
I mean, we don't know if this is the case here or not, but I've heard of people signing stuff at the end.
Well, no, I will say this about NASL. Certainly, the vast majority of people who left before NASL was in a catastrophic position hadn't signed NDAs. They hadn't. It wasn't factored into the business. In fact, when I was interviewing people, one of the things people were saying to me was, what, like, NASL got it together to ask people to sign NDAs? They couldn't believe they were so business savvy to do it. But I got no reason to doubt about 6 people who told me they had. So, yeah, those people actually probably signed it at the end. I would go as far as to probably say, let's imagine you worked for one company, you'd signed a contract for 12 months. The company was going to close one side of its operations, but could technically hold you to employment. And then they said, but we'll let you go to another company if you sign this NDA.
Yeah, that makes sense, because then you've got an incentive to sign it. Yeah. Another thing is that person's question, you could interpret it a little bit differently, where he said, how can you have people signing NDAs if they have no money? Maybe instead of like being paid to sign the NDA, what he's insinuating is, how could they enforce the NDA? You know what I mean? And then that goes back to like all things in esports.
You know this, man. It was like we talked about a similar subject last show we were on together, and that is, quite simply put, if you know, legally, everyone's scared of the law because it costs money. Why didn't you take own TV to court? Money, and no guarantee of getting paid at the end. So by the same token, the people that can afford to pay you money have probably got more money than you. So everyone, ooh, it's an NDA.
Yeah,
Most bullshit.
but the own situation just kind of proves what I'm saying, and that if somebody doesn't have any money, then the NDA doesn't carry any weight with it, which is why I violated my contract at the end of it. It's like, they're not gonna fucking pay me anyway. They don't have any money. Like, just fuck it. I'll just leave. Well, and I think that's kind of what the guy's question was. Like, why do all these people care about the NDAs if NASL was out of money? It's not like they're gonna take everybody to court anyway. They're fucking broke.
If he genuinely meant it that way, which I absolutely don't think he did.
Oh, I don't know if he did or didn't.
No. Here's the thing, Steve.
Like
You actually do this a lot. No, seriously. No, here's what you do. In a bid to look intelligent, which you actually give idiots the leverage they need to not look like idiots. So
I'm just giving the guy the benefit of the doubt. Fuck.
You give him the benefit of the doubt. Guy was an idiot. You've now made him look intelligent. Well done.
I don't know
so,
that NDAs were bribes. Like, I'm just
that is what he meant. Trust me. Like, people are morons. You sat there and explained like what bankruptcy meant, like using Sesame Street.
A lot of people don't know file
Sesame
easy in the United States. Fuck, man,
was presented by the letter bankrupt, you know, and the dollar sign. That was what you did last show. So don't give these people the benefit of the doubt. They're fucking idiots. So anyway,
Question for Richard from Aggression One. One of the few.
Look, Ploggy just said it. He said it was a question about leverage, which, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've just noticed the Twitch chat is turning on me, so I'm just gonna stop.
So Aggression asks, speaking of
them,
turning
yes.
on you, why are you letting this drunk fuck ramble when you could have real guests on? Come on, you guys are. Here's
what I would say about
he's
don't get me wrong.
entertaining drunk. Come on.
I'm sure Aggression One has over 10 years in the esports industry, has worked in managerial capacities, both inside and out, has worked in journalistic capacities inside and out. I'm sure he's way more coherent, intelligent, and articulate than me after 30 fucking beers. Because to have the balls to say something like that, this guy must be something special. Or maybe he's just another fucking ridiculous douchebag on Twitch chat that thinks he's special, but has actually achieved absolutely fucking nothing, which isn't to say that the achievements I have made.
That's not necessarily true. You don't. We don't know the guy. Okay.
No, here's the beauty of it. Like, these comments are baiting him into like saying something in Twitch chat. Like, oh my god, actually, I've got a PhD, motherfucker.
Listen, yeah, no. Every time somebody asks a question like that, I just like to imagine that the one guy that came on.
What was his name,
like,
guys?
Hey,
what was his name? Remember?
I have masters in marketing or whatever, or the guy.
Yeah.
The guy
Come
that
on,
came
chat.
on,
What you gotta remember him. What's his name?
I just like to imagine that they're all like that guy, and I didn't want.
Surely somebody remembers him. What's his name, guys? What's his name? Oh God, that was an awesome one.
I can't even remember that shit. But anyway, look, enough about Destiny's.
Oh, Robbie Panda, that's right.
Yeah. Let's just revel in mine for another 2 minutes, and then every motherfucker will forget about it and talk about what a fat bald asshole I am again.
All right, let's look good.
Can we just milk this for 2 seconds more? Thank you. This guy. This guy's got fucking seriously, like, I don't understand it. Like, look, here's the thing. If you don't think anything I offer has any fucking merit, get the fuck out of this particular Twitch chat lobby. Go watch something worthwhile. Who would sit and listen to me for 2 hours and then say the guy's drunk and has nothing to say?
He's just trolling you. Jesus. Look at this guy. You're so easy bait.
No, but it needs to be said though, doesn't it? I mean, come the fuck on.
All right, so let's.
Guys that drove Total Biscuit to the point of suicide. Wake the fuck up.
Oh boy, here we go.
You've done nothing. Fuck you. Right, next question.
Steve,
ChanManV, seriously, you need to watch your Twitch stuff, because if you keep streaming the Passion of the Christ, you're probably gonna get banned for copyright infringement.
Yeah, Passion of the Christ. I do that every day.
I'm
Steven, thoughts on the Major Demuslim thing? Because there's some questions about it, and in Reddit.
Oh, do people still think it's an April Fool's joke? It's not.
Some
We know
people
that,
think
right?
it is, but I think it's
not.
pretty clear that we've
Listen,
made
the,
it's not.
the
It's
one
not.
the one reason why it's not is because
It's
for an
why.
April Fool's joke that extreme, Demuslim would have never said the word faggot. He would have never said that in an
That's
April
true.
Fool's joke
That's
because
true.
Alex Garfield would go crazy over that shit, and it's bad PR for EG. It just if you would have used like any other word there, then I could have believed it. But the fact that he said that word means that there's no 0% chance that that's an April Fool's joke, even if they tried to pass it off as one.
Is that because of Alex Garfield's degree in faggot studies?
Oh
Or
my
is that...
god.
Oh, Richard, you are good. Oh man, we're gonna need time out for Richard here soon.
Oh, it's because
You know what?
it's because EG's
Oh
image
my
is always EG always
God.
has to present that friendly image or whatnot, and
Where's
there's no way that an
fucking Richard's
EG member
user?
would get a
Time-
sign off from their team
Where's his
leader from
That
every
user?
is-
sponsor.
Time out, mother-
Sorry,
where the
I
fuck is
get
he?
confused
Where is he?
because the way Alex Garfield has always gone out to champion
this shit?
minorities
Where's
where
this
it
shit?
suits him. I get confused. I get confused about which minority he has higher education in. So,
God, you let me. I was gonna time your ass out and switch channel.
No,
Jesus
what?
Christ.
What? How,
But-
if I didn't say it, surely Stephen.
Actually,
was,
so
right?
so
I'm a changed man.
Anno Terrorist TV asks, how do chat logs like Demuslim and Major get released? Also see It, Me, JP, and Living Pink. All of these are shitty, petty, embarrassing for all parties.
People's accounts on Twitch or on Skype can get compromised. It's really easy to get access to a Skype account.
Well, in this particular case, Major
In this particular
just
case, Major
copy
released it. But I mean, like, there's also
pasted.
like a friend sees it. It's in a public chat with a couple other people. One of them releases it. Somebody gains access to the Skype account. They copy paste it. I mean, there's
yeah.
a ton of different.
Yeah, like we were
Friend
talking
is
about
talking
last
to a
week.
friend.
Right?
It's possible that Live in Pink messaged a girlfriend and she's like, "Hey, like, do you think this is crazy?" Or a chat room full of girls, like, "Hey, do you think this is crazy?" And she posted in. And then girls have that thing where they don't tell anybody, and by not tell anybody, I mean they only tell like one or two of their closest friends. And then everybody tells it, and then shit like that spreads. I mean,
Yeah.
anything's possible.
Like, I mean, look, right, here's exactly what happened in that situation, right? And I actually sympathize because, as I'm sure Stephen can testify to more than me, it kind of sucks to be even remotely identifiable in the esports space, like totally. Like if you have an argument with somebody that you consider a peer, an equal, a colleague even, like someone you might work with closely, it's always in your back of your mind that what if I was to say what I really think and they were to go public with it. It almost shows trust on behalf of the Muslim to go as sort of ham as he did, right? Like he
Kind of,
honestly
yeah.
thought it would, because seriously, like my best friends, I like look, I'm not talking about like, you know how you get them lame ass assholes who are like, oh well, I say this to my friends all the time. Like I say I would stab you to death and rape your mom, and I'm so edgy. Like, fuck you guys. You're just pathetic assholes anyway. I'm talking about, like, it shows real trust to say to somebody, like, the most heinous shit. Like, when you're at your most pissed off and you need a vent and you do it in a way that is so beyond the pale, you're relying on your friends kind of waking up the next day and taking it with the pinch of salt that it deserves. And that chat log looks to me like two people who've had numerous conversations and it just went wrong. There was just a point. Like, I don't even think in the start, like, if you say to someone, I will beat you up with my penis, you are not
right.
not being serious.
To be
Alright.
completely honest, like I feel like, I mean, I could be wrong because everybody seems to cut Major a lot of slack because we all treat him kind of like the resident Downey anyway. But like, I feel like, I mean, I could be talking about my ass, but like, I know like in the future, like I'm gonna be really careful when I talk to Major. I can't think of a single other pro gamer that's ever done
That's
what
just-
Major did, where you take a private conversation between two pros and you go public with it like that. I've never heard of that happening in all of my StarCraft experience. Can someone think of a time where that happened before?
Yeah. Well,
Like I've never heard of two pro gamers doing it. Like that's fucking crazy. Like you
That's
could burn
true,
like
actually.
honestly, if like one or two people in the right positions were to go public with every log, like you could burn the entire fucking pro gaming community down like overnight with the logs that you could
seriously.
release of shit that people have said to each other. Like that's fucking crazy. That two
What's
pro
a-
gamers would go like that Major would actually go public with something that another pro said to him in a chat. Like that's insane to me, dude. I couldn't even believe that when I read it. I almost wanted to believe it was an April Fool's joke because of how fucking stupid it was, except for the fact that like reading the language that the Muslim used. was like, I know it wasn't. There's no way it was. But that's crazy. Like, I can't imagine anybody talking to Major like seriously or saying like,
Well,
you
nobody
always would
will
have to be
now,
careful talking to
believe
him.
me.
Yeah, like that's
I don't
fucking
think anybody
insane,
will
dude.
chat with him anymore.
That's insane.
Like, I know, and that was the thing. Like, the thing that made me believe it must be an April Fool was the "I fear for my life" line. That's what Major said. He said it in the Reddit post. I fear for my life. So a fellow player.
The Muslim threat me.
Yeah. The Muslim threat me. Brilliant, beautiful. We shouldn't laugh at someone not being able to speak English or whatever. Okay,
Just
so
reading the title.
yeah, no, I know, but you laughed at that, Chris, and you should know better. I'm very disappointed. So what the fuck? Like, he has said, "I fear for my life."
He's just trolling. Come on.
No, but what the fuck?
Fucking-
That
he's
is the
just trying to
exact
cause
phrase.
trouble. But anyway,
Dude, seriously, the Muslim's penis cannot be that big. You know, it's just unreal. It's
Let's move it
unreal.
on,
Well, if
move
no
on.
one
No-
is gonna man
no more
up like
time.
me and confirm, then I guess it's hard to say.
Oh, that's true.
Do you know what? Like,
That's true. That's true.
Hit right. Look,
Also,
I
Major's
can-
a pretty big guy. You'd have to have a pretty massive dick to actually do any real damage
Right.
to him.
It-
It's just gonna be
he-
bouncing off.
EG players stopped watching this show a long time ago, around about the same time I started appearing on it. So what I think we
They
should
watch
do
it.
is,
Don't.
you-
Jeff
you
watches
s-
it every week.
Steve, could you pose as a girl and maybe get some dick pics off the Muslim?
I mean, that's what I have a girlfriend for. Why the fuck would I do it? What the fuck?
It's kinkier and sexier to me if you do it, but I
Alright.
Why
guess.
do it?
All right. Next,
But if you want to just use your girlfriend,
next question from Z Pinker. Jeez. How different are players and SE2 personalities
Read
in
the
real?
fucking Skype chat, Richard. Oh, fuck me, dude.
How
Sorry, keep going.
different?
Channel
How
that.
different are players and SE2 personalities in real life compared to their online persona?
No, what?
that's real. Tell me that's real.
It is real. It's a question by Z Pinker. How different are players and SE2 personalities in real life compared to their
What was
online
the question?
persona?
What was the question?
God,
Oh,
How different are players and SE2 personalities in
we
real
got
life
it,
compared
dude.
to
Calm
their
the fuck down. You don't have to repeat yourself 3 times. We're not all like Major here, okay? We're within our faculties.
Oh god.
Okay.
How do you balance representing your own brand and sponsors at the same time staying yourself? Oh boy.
Don't we
Steve-
talk about this like every single episode? Like, how do
Kinda,
you
sorta.
legitimately represent sponsors?
That
You
part of it.
product-
The second half of it is, but what about the first
Yeah.
part? Like how
The
how
first part?
different are the real life personas of people?
That's the kind of question that if you actually know, you can never really answer because then everybody would fucking hate you if you.
Gee, I wonder what the answer is to that question then.
So the answer
Oh,
is there's
God.
a lot of people who aren't. Oh, how about no? I'll be positive. Let's be positive. Okay. Machine is very fucking nice all the
Bryce
time.
is exactly the same.
Super
online.
fucking nice.
He's
Chef is
exact-
fucking nice. Idra is the
Yeah.
exact fucking opposite of what you would expect him to be. I've never seen Idra
That's
turn
true.
down a fan or like be rude to a fan in an event. I could be wrong. Maybe I haven't caught him after a
No.
loss or whatever. But like Idra's
Oh, I've
always
heard.
been nice to sign things for people. He's super nice. Blah blah blah. I'll be Nanny was a total fucking dick all the time after events. Noni's a pretty big dick.
No,
he can be a
Tyler
big
is
dick. I've seen that.
Tyler's
I've
not
seen
a
that.
dick.
Well, I don't know if
think
I've
he's a
just caught him
dick.
at bad times or I've seen him caught at bad times, but there usually he like tries to avoid fans and shit. I remember there was a girl
he's
who
no
was trying to get a
different,
Noni
though.
autograph, and I had to lie to Noni and say that she had cancer in order for him to actually say to give her an autograph.
Well, that's hold on. A second.
Yeah. So, for what other good people are there?
Good
Really,
people?
all the
Good
really
people.
all the EG guys for the most part, I think, are pretty good about signing stuff. Jeff
Suppy's
has been
Suppy's the same.
sure. Yeah, Jeff,
Uh,
Suppy.
Jeff's pretty much the same. I don't know Jeff really well, like like we haven't gone out and had drinks or anything like that. But who else? We're obviously avoiding people.
The bad thing. Oh, Elza Gamer's in chat. Yeah, he's a really fucking
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
guy.
Jake's
Jake's
a nice guy too. That's not nice guy, but the question is whether they're the same or not.
Whether
Yeah.
they're saying, well, I'm just gonna be like, if they're nice to stream, are they nice to fans? There are some programmers who will like go out of their way to try to like avoid people at events, but it's been so long since I've been to. Maybe they've all changed for the better. I don't know.
I mean, I think for the most part, everybody's. I mean, there's a lot of people that are pretty much the same. TB's pretty much the same, I think.
Maybe I don't know.
He's pretty much the same. White Raw's the same.
I don't think
White
I've ever seen Total Biscuit in person before, actually. What the fuck? Really?
What?
I don't think I've ever seen him in person before.
Okay. All right, next question. See if there's any others. There ain't that many questions today. God, this whole sub question is not working, man. My subs are disappointing me.
Awesome.
Okay, let's see. Well, I asked A.Control about the whole gossipy thing. Let's see. Pretty fun. Let me see. Force equals 0. Chapman. Man, that's the first time I've ever been called Chapman. Destiny lost to Miss Spite yesterday. Why not replace Destiny with her? Wow.
I'm pretty sure I went like 4-1 against you yesterday, but yes, I did lose my first game.
Actually, Jeff lost to Corinne yesterday too.
I will say actually,
owned.
completely seriously, she's gotten quite a bit better. I don't know
Yeah.
what the time span has been, but she's
I've noticed.
gotten like pretty decent. Like I think she could be like, if she keeps playing, she could be GM, I think. But I don't know what her other matchups look like. I just know like in terms of ZVZ, like she panics a little bit in like the mid late game, but like for the most part, she's actually like, it's not like it used to be where like if I queued up against Spite, it's because my MMR is really low and it was like okay, ha ha ha, and it
No,
was
she's
always
still
like a
nice.
pretty easy stomp, like pretty easy win. But as of recently, what?
Sorry, I was gonna ask, who's that female streamer that when we're talking on Skype, you're always saying you want to kill and stuff? Is it Casey? Is this the same one?
The fuck? I don't want to kill any women, dog. I'm
Casey, man, there's so many requests for Casey to be on.
No,
here.
no. Sorry, you didn't say you wanted. You just wanted to choke her a little.
What the? All right, it's time to mute this guy. Gee, what?
No. Is it Casey Tron? Are we talking about the same chick right now? I get confused.
Casey
'Cause
Tron.
I don't watch any streams.
I'm not mean to people, dog. I don't know what you're talking about.
Has Casey ever been on your stream, Steven? She has, right?
No, she doesn't have fucking Skype. She keeps telling me to get raid call, and I don't let that fucking cancerous program.
Oh, she doesn't have Skype, really? I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yep.
Sorry, I must be. I'm way confused then, because there's always this. Yeah, no. When we have our little private chats, like Steven's always saying there's this like female streamer, like his nemesis or something, and he just wants to kill her. It's like it's fucked up.
If there was,
I feel like
streamer I wanted to kill.
Who
Like,
would it be?
I
How do you
admit
know who it
like,
would
if
be?
there was, like, I wouldn't like mind sharing it because it sounds like it would be entertaining to talk about. But I don't think there are any.
Mm.
Who is it that you don't?
Fuck it. I don't know,
I
dude.
don't-
I mean, I have
I don't know.
blackouts too, brother. You've got your
Oh,
mind.
anyway.
I got my drinking problem.
Yeah.
Let's
Anyways,
just-
getting.
Before you interrupted me with your negativity, I was on with the positivity.
sorry.
Spike's gotten a lot better. She's like legitimately like I think Spike could be the first GM, the first
Oh boy, how are you gonna word this?
GM player besides Scarlet to be a female woman girl in the NA scene. So she'd be the second one. That's the word I was looking for.
Isn't Aphrodite already a GM on NA?
Aphrodite is a Korea, and unless Rainbow got a sex change recently, no. So
no,
I
Spite's
think
been
that-
looking. She's been. I watched her stream a few times recently. I think she's gotten better since she joined Root. I can kind of. I don't know.
I don't know if it was
from
since she
watching.
joined Root or not, but she like is legitimately like a decent player now. Like I think she could be GM if I knew what her other matchups look like. I think she could be GM if it's anywhere near her Isaac level.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, any other questions here? Jeez. I don't think so. I think we might be done here.
Stop trying to end this show just because I'm a train wreck. Yeah.
Have you been listening to this, Steven? Oh my
What?
goodness, have you been listening to this guy?
Yeah, it's everything, dog. Richard, you might have a problem, man.
You might have a problem.
Look, dude, this guy.
Okay, so the reason why I say female, woman, girl is because sometimes when you say female, there's like a group of people that laugh at guys who say female, like, oh, female, why do you say that? Like it's a science part. And then if you say like girl, like, oh, the girl,
Well,
you
it's
mean
like
they're a woman. And then I just say woman, it's like they're all like, fuck it, so just female, girl, woman, whatever.
Yeah, it's tough.
see,
It's
being-
tough.
being-
That whole thing is tough.
Yeah. I won't even comment on that, I guess.
I guess Valve did announce where the next international is going to be at. This is a question.
Oh, it's
about
really
that.
funny. I think LZ Gamer spoke a little bit sarcastically, but I know that even he doesn't believe that. Unless I don't know if he was
What?
being sarcastic. He said, "I can tell how good anyone is with one macro game." Ha ha ha. I don't know if he was being sarcastic or not, but it's true actually. You can play. It's especially true when you're playing like on the Korean server. You can actually tell how good a certain person is in like the first like 2 or 3 minutes of the game, depending on like what race they are. Like if it's like a Terran and they open with like a Reaper harass, like you can tell by how they control the Reaper. Are you playing like a fucking GM top tier, or are you playing like a Scrub Lord? Like you can tell like instantaneously based on how they control just the Reaper. Like, oh fuck, this guy's really fucking good. You can like psych yourself out at the very fucking start of the match for shit like that.
Yeah.
Or people that do like crazy fucking probe harass, mineral harass shit versus people that just like AFK scout. Like it's actually, you can tell how good somebody is like really easily, like right off the bat in a StarCraft 2 game.
All right. I think that's gonna be it, guys. We're gonna wrap this
Really?
show.
Oh, he was
What
being
What the hell you
serious.
want to talk about, Richard? Jesus, what else can
No,
we...
I don't know. I'm
For like
gonna
30
bet.
minutes.
We spent like
No, I know.
40
I
minutes
rant
on
all
the
the
Muslim
time.
major.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit.
I've got a narcissism problem, a drinking problem, all the problems. But like, we must have missed an actual question.
No, I don't think so. There wasn't
We
any...
always-
Everybody thought I was gonna do a solo cast today, so everybody's like, fuck
Oh,
the
they
question.
didn't think that.
I ain't
It's
gonna
like,
ask
the
questions.
fucking fools. No one
Dude,
thinks that.
Desra thought
You-
it, man. Desra thought it.
Yeah, right. Again, like you say, fooling Desro.
Oh, Nesty to
Like,
Team
if
Ace.
I did that thing that you do to kids where like you pretend to pull your thumb off, I could fool Desro, and I love him a bit. All right, so I'm just saying that.
Wait. So
no one-
Nesty to
no-
Nesty to Team Acer. I guess we didn't talk about Nesty leaving IM.
Yeah, you see, all this shit you didn't talk about. I'm reading this Reddit thread. There's gold here, and now that Steven's here, like I just feel we should mine his ill ass for entertainment purposes.
Oh, actually, hold on a second. I see something that's of interest.
There we go. There we go.
Okay,
Well, I just wanted
look
to-
at this. There is this true?
I just want to give
Guys.
the
No, it's the fucking can of Nestea. Read the fucking article. Oh my god, I'm so fucking rustled right now. Guys, can I be real? This is the worst this is the dumbest fucking holiday. Actually, I'm just gonna tweet about it. Fuck this holiday.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. Oh, shit. It's hard to even tell what's true and not true these days, man. Like, even this, like, is this that funny? Holmes?
It's like it's the time for
look at
like
this one.
every single unfunny, unoriginal, uncreative
Look at
fucking
this.
joke to get published. Waste my fucking time reading news for the day. Oh my fucking god! I'd rather just beat off in my room for 24 hours than go through trying to figure out what news is real or false today. It's the least funny fucking day of the year. I fucking hate it.
That's what,
Oh my
that's,
god! I
that's
hate
pretty
it.
why
much
you
what
have a
Richard.
migraine?
That's pretty much
Is
what
that
Richard
why you
was
have a
talking about
migraine,
earlier.
Steve?
It's a pretty funny timing. Maybe it's fucking God's way of telling me to stay the fuck off. the
No,
computer
I
today.
just remember
Holy
when I
shit.
was a teenager and I used to beat off a lot, Stephen, and I'm just saying it can lead
Was
to
I
some
supposed to stop that
detriment.
when I turned 20? Fuck.
It's not that you're supposed to stop, it's just that your body kind of just gives up on you. You can't do it even if you want to. So
Speak for yourself, dog. My donger's still going strong.
how old are you?
25?
You've got some fucking surprises ahead, my
You
friend.
got surprises.
Listen, man, I
Chris
have a-
is
I've-
laughing. There ain't no
Guys,
laughing.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I got my
I don't know
spreadsheet
what you're
open. I'm
talking about.
increasing the fucking lengths, the cycles of all the masturbatory time periods. Okay, it's not going down. I'm gonna carry it on. My mighty donger will continue as long as I can keep it up.
I hope your mighty donger lasts longer than mine fucking did, and Chris's did. You know, I'm
fuck.
You
just
speak for yourself, man.
Yo,
Shut
Chris's
the-
donger lasts long enough for
Ancient
3
Asian
fucking...
Oh,
secrets, man.
for 1
You don't
second
even know.
inside just
You don't even
believe you're a stallion. Come the fuck on, dude.
Dude, you don't
Just
even
gonna have-
know, man. You
We
don't even.
fuck
There's
you.
ancient
That Cuban
Asian
prowess.
secrets, man. Asian
Our dongers had
secrets.
survived the...
No, like I have seen a lot of videos that actually maybe confirm that you guys tend to perform better in later years. So I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna put it down to me not knowing what I'm talking about. And
When
clearly
you
you're-
live for 114 years, you gotta be able to perform for a good majority of it, man.
I love
You know,
you specifically-
80%. You know, 80% of your life is much higher when you live to 114 versus when you live to 70.
Well,
What?
if-
It's 214.
If I live to 60, whoever I'm married to, like, I'm gonna recommend they just get with you when I die. No, because I'm not going to make it past 60. I mean, I think everybody
my
that's
God.
followed esports for 5 minutes can see my lifestyle. It's not happening. So I'm just going to tell him, you know what, Chris, just go see him because he's got it figured out. You know, he can look after you if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, and all that. So I'll send him your way.
I'm sure.
So
I'm sure I'm getting an email from Eddie
Do you want to
Pastorino
know?
soon.
Do you want to know actually? Do you want to know a really depressing factoid? Are you ready?
Yeah.
You know how
I don't-
everybody's wondering at what point we'll get to the age to where people are living longer than you're dying, where you've effectively achieved immortality because we keep extending the lifespan past where you would die.
Okay.
You know that shit? You've heard of that, right? Did you know that people actually don't really live longer today than they did like 100 or 1,000 or 2,000 years ago? The only reason
Right.
the average lifespan goes up so much is because we take into account infant mortality and childbirthing mortality and shit like that, and people dying early from like diseases and shit. So people have always lived to be the old age of like 70, 80, even in really old times. The only reason the average death rate has gone up is because less people are dying during childbirth and from other diseases. How depressing is that? Wow. There you go. That's your fact right of the day.
Sexually, what does that mean?